Okay.
Is everyone there?
Yep.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
Thanks for
Hello.
thanks for joining the meeting today. Appreciate everyone jumping on. And T, thank you also, because I know this is part of your work from home day, as part of your flexible working arrangement. So I really appreciate you making the time to jump on the call with us. So as you know, as part of our ongoing commitment to providing accessible cinema experiences for all of our customers, we're implementing a best practice guide for accessible cinema technology. So the guide's been developed to enhance our existing procedures that relate to the storage and maintenance of the accessible cinema technology, and also to increase our team's confidence in assisting customers with hearing or vision impairments. So today I'm going to walk you through the accessible cinema technology best practice guide. This is because this is part of the trial rollout ahead of the national implementation. It's designed to support a consistent, confident and inclusive customer experience. So does that context and intent make sense before we go further?
Yes, it does. So framing it around the accessibility and the confidence makes the purpose really clear, actually.
Great.
It also helps position it as an enhancement, not a change for the sake of it.
Yeah, true. That's good.
Yeah, and I think from a technical perspective, consistency will really help. Yeah.
Great. Excellent. Okay, so this is a simple, easy to follow resource, and it's designed to support the team members and not overwhelm them. So the guide brings together existing expectations, provides clear best practice examples, and it's also supported by a SOP, a poster, some talking notes, registers and on-the-job coaching. So teams aren't expected to remember everything. They're expected to use the resources provided, and that way it's going to stay consistent. So are there any questions on this before we go further?
Not from me. All good here.
All clear.
Yep, I'm good too. Thank you.
Okay, excellent. Thanks, everyone. Okay, so before we really get started, there's one other really important point that I wanted to call out, and it's about how we communicate this guide, and not just what's in it. So when we roll this out, we need to do it in a way that's respectful, inclusive, and mindful that people learn and understand information differently. So some team members will be confident straight away, and others, as you know, may need time, repetition, or hands-on coaching, and that's completely okay. So the expectation is that questions are welcomed and feedback is received openly, and no one feels uncomfortable asking for help. So we need to be clear with our expectations, and when expectations aren't clear or support isn't consistent, it can lead to the technology not being available or operational when the customer needs it. Team members might avoid assisting customers because they feel unsure, and customers with accessibility requirements receiving an inconsistent or lesser experience. So that's why clarity, consistency and confidence are so important in this rollout. So also, as leaders, it's not just about delivering the message, but it's also about creating a safe, supportive environment for teams to use it in. So I want to next outline who's responsible for what during this rollout. And because clarity here is critical, and it's the same clarity you'll be expected to provide to your teams. So my role is to communicate the best practice guide to you all to ensure that you, our leaders, are aligned before cascading the information to your teams, and also to set the expectation that feedback is encouraged, received warmly and considered openly. So any questions on what I'm doing in this process?
No, the accountability is really clear.
Great. Okay, so Tioni, as a general manager, you're accountable for ensuring the guide is rolled out effectively at your location. And this includes communicating the guide to duty managers, ensuring relevant team members are briefed, trained and supported, reinforcing that accessibility matters and that at EVT everyone belongs, encouraging receiving feedback openly and ensuring acknowledgements of understanding are completed after the training's done. So that will be done through both verbal briefings and written follow-up to our team members as well. So how does that land for you in operations, and how do you think that will be able to do you feel like you'll be supported at your location?
Yeah, I feel like it's clear. And so the key for me with my teams is I'll reinforce it through coaching and leading through the front, and I'm not just going to send the information out.
Exactly. That would be great. And having that presence will really make the difference here. So thank you for that. Okay, so Jess, your role is focused on frontline execution. So you'll be responsible for communicating information to supervisors and the team members, supporting supervisors with shift briefings and coaching, and ensuring briefings happen consistently, especially early on. But also observing how the guides land on the floor and feeding back themes and feedback to us as well. So what do you think the teams will need the most support with initially?
I think they'll definitely need that confidence in explaining devices and knowing they've selected exactly the right one for the customer.
Yeah, perfect. That's exactly what the guide and the posters are designed to support as well. So thank you. That's great. Okay, so Prakash, so your role underpins the success of this rollout. So you're responsible for supporting the GM, so supporting T with the implementation, ensuring correct storage and ongoing maintenance, supporting Jess as information is cascaded, and also providing guidance on charging, FIFO, batteries, and escalation. So what do you think the key message you'd want the teams to remember?
I think just early escalation, and if something isn't right or something's not working, raising it early so that it doesn't impact multiple customers.
Great, I totally agree. I'm sure everybody else does as well. That's good. Thank you. Okay, so let's move into the guide itself. We're going to look at the setup and the storage. So if you refer to the email that I sent you with a copy of the guide to use, and we'll just follow along with that. So some of you may have printed it to make written notes. Some of you might prefer to follow along on your screen. So whatever method you use is totally fine. So is everybody okay to start? Has everyone got that ready?
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, so starting with section 1, setup and storage. The core principle here is centralized, accessible storage. The devices should be stored back of house and wall mounted in one central location close to a power source, and accessible without assistance from the duty manager, so a team member can get it at any time. And this ensures that the customers requiring accessible technology are supported promptly and confidently. So Tioni, does that current setup align with this? Does your current setup align with this at your site?
We will need to relocate some devices out of projection, but it's manageable and it makes sense. We'll just have to, get some key items, from Bunnings just to make that happen, but we'll do that quite soon.
Okay, no worries. If you need any support with that, just let me know.
Thank you.
So the next section, batteries, charging and FIFO. So this section also covers the storage of the batteries, disposal, the changing protocol poster, and the FIFO principle, our first in, first out. So that just ensures that the devices are issued with maximum charge. That's really important. It speaks to the batteries that are required, as well, links to where you can purchase these, which is, obviously helpful and a good inclusion. So thanks, Prakash, for doing that.
Yeah, no, and I think FIFA will help protect the battery life as well.
Great. Yeah. Okay, so section 2, it covers the equipment station poster, reinforcing service standards. And section 3 is the Act by Cinema Number Matrix. Now, this shows which cinemas support which technologies, very important. And section 4 is the device register, so supporting the accountability without retaining the customer identification. Okay, so the supporting materials that we'll talk about next are for the teams to make sure that they're fully supported. They'll have access to a number of resources, and this includes some of what we've already mentioned, but a reminder that it's the ACT, the ACT Best Practice Guide, the ACT SOP with an acknowledgement of understanding, talking notes to deliver the message to our teams across all levels of the business, posters for the equipment station, charging protocol, cinema matrix, a device register, and the charging and battery protocols. So they'll also have on-the-job coaching, cinema technician support, feedback channels, including SurveyMonkey, and we'll use this feedback to make tweaks prior to the wider rollout. So it's not just a tick and flick rollout. There's quite a lot there. Okay, so just to recap, this guide supports accessible cinema experiences for all customers. It's a simple, practical resource. Roles and accountability are clearly defined, but please let me know if you'd like any clarification. Our teams will be supported with tools, training and coaching, and this is designed to make their jobs easier. And as we mentioned earlier, feedback is encouraged and will shape the national rollout, so that's very important. So if teams pause, check a resource and ask a question, that's success. So thanks everyone. The discussion today was great. I also appreciate that we've covered a lot of information today and there's a lot to digest. So I'll share the supporting resources shortly in an email and I'll give you some time to review the guide and resources and then set up a follow-up call next week for a final check-in prior to going live with this rollout at your site. So if in doubt, please pause, check the guide and ask. I'm here to help with anything that you need. So has anyone got any questions?
None from me.
All good.
No, all good.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks everyone. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
See you later.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.